I did not show these in my picture. They were sitting over on my table where I was sorting. I'm cleaning out my recipe book shelf. See, I'm ordering. Have y'all ever seen my bar? My husband, I told him what I wanted, and he built that. Isn't that gorgeous? He was getting ready to add some of those supports right there. I can't think of what they're called. Anyway, I just think he did a gorgeous job. I told him how high I wanted it, how long I wanted it. And then I told him on the end, I wanted a bookshelf so I could put my cookbooks in there and be right handy to the kitchen. So shout out to my husband, the Reverend. Awesome job. Now, I had a precious lady when I was getting ready to get married. She had sat down and wrote out all kinds of recipes and put them in one of those little plastic containers. And that container is long gone because my husband and I were married 30 years in March, y'all. I have been cooking for a long time. Anyway, so I've just been adding to it. I buy those cards that you can, and I like to buy in August when they have the big school sales, and I get them at a cheaper price. And I've just added my recipes to them. And see, now that's my mama's recipe for pancakes, and they're so good, delicious. So y'all screenshot that if you want it. My mother is a famous cook. Everyone, and she's fed many people, rave about my mother's cooking, and for just cause. She is some more chef now. She is a self-taught chef. And this is cornbread dressing that I love. And of course, I add some more to it, which I was going to update. This is a long time ago, and I do some more stuff to that, and I'll rewrite that. But I'll put that in my recipe book when I get that done. But yes, I am working on it. And then I've gotten recipes over the years from different church ladies. Like this one is a roll recipe. And I have been lots of places, and I have ate delicious rolls, and I have made delicious rolls. But I will be honest with you, I have never, ever had better rolls than Sister Carolyn Edwards' rolls. And she graciously gave me that recipe. And this was our church book recipe that we did years ago. And it just has a few, and I kept 3. And when I add something to it, because I write in the back and see I add stuff in, and if I see that there's been a correction that needs to be made, I will do that. But I do it to all 3, even though this one is mine, because I have 2 children. I'm always adding and changing for their benefit too, and that's their books that for them to have. And I came across this at a yard sale, y'all, and it is 1922. Let's see. There it is. I found that date. I don't know if that's ever going to clear up. And it's just got some great things, and I'm going to be starting a series cooking from this one. I just think that would be so interesting. I've made actually a couple things in this one, and they were really good. And then I'm going to start a special series from what is in this little box. My grandmother, my Granny Weaver, when she died, the children went in and they, sorted through what they needed or wanted. And then they let the cousins, the little first cousins, go in and pick out some items for them to have. And one of the things that I got was my Granny Weaver's box of recipes. And I got a knife, and let's see. Well, I'd have to lay the phone down to show you. I'll show y'all next time I'm cooking something. And then I got a couple of bowls from her. And then years before that, she had gave me some beautiful stemware. And I still have that. I have that as a keepsake. But I'm going to do a series on what is in this recipe box. This is recipes that she collected from different things. And most of them are very, very old. So I thought that would be an interesting thing. And like I said, I'll be adding the ones that I go through and try and like to my recipe book as well, my cookbook. And then I don't know if y'all have this. I know everyone is crazy about the Instant Pot, and I have one of those. But I also use this little thing right here, and it's very old. You know, I don't even know if they sell these anymore. But if they do, this is a pan that I recommend you buy yourself because it will cook up lots of good food. And you don't even have to use it as a pressure cooker, but if you're trying to get things cooked quickly, then let me tell you, this is a great little thing. And then my children influenced me. We always talk about influence. And my children influenced me to buy an air fryer. And I said, well, I'm just going to go buy not the cheapest, but just the middle of the road, because they were just determined that it was something I needed to try. They had learned to use them at college. And so I bought one, and we cooked that up. And I tell you what, I'm a believer in that little thing. And I have actually never cooked out of this little recipe book, because usually we have learned that it just, you know, reheats things fabulous, because I hate the microwave. I've just always felt like that's just not a safe thing to use for your food, though I do own one. But I haven't used mine in a very long time. But I love to cook my chicken breast in here. It's really quick, crispy. It's not fried, but you get a crispy effect. And I love that, you know, season it up real good. And so that has made me a believer in that. And I'm going to try to do maybe a couple of more air fryer recipes from that. But just really, you need to own some cookbooks. I know they're not cheap. You're going to be spending around $20, $25, and all the way up to, I'm sure, $40 for cookbooks. And that may seem like a lot, but it is a worthy investment for you and your family. And if you live alone, for you, by all means. But these are things that you should own. I have some other books that I wanted to show y'all too. My husband bought these for me. Can y'all see that? And we have found these to be very interesting. We like these. We like these a lot. And then I bought this at a yard sale, y'all. I don't even know how many years ago. A long time, probably 20 years ago. And this book is just the most interesting book. And it has good wisdom in it. Now, have I read this all the way through? No, I have not. But it is a very good book. And again, I don't know if you can still buy it. But if you're looking for an interesting book with a lot of neat things in it, with some good wisdom, I recommend this one too. Those are just a few of the things. And one day I'll take y'all through my library and show y'all some of my favorite books to use. But again, I'm telling you, begin to collect your recipes. And I just want to issue a warning, and I'm not trying to badmouth anybody, by no means, but do not trust everything that you see. I think after you've been cooking a while, you will know how to do certain things, and when you see someone just throwing it together and it's not the normal way, and by that, you know that when you add flour to this or baking soda to that, what it's going to be, you can get in a mess and have your family sitting there hungry while you're fixing a meal. And I say that, and I tried it one time, and buddy, that burnt me. I thought, I will never be so silly as to believe that again, knowing I knew better. Honey, I've been cooking for 30-something years now, and I'm talking every day. You know, you get up and Lord, you got to feed your family every day. And so I've been cooking a long time, and I knew better than that. And that was probably about 10 years ago. And I thought, I am not going to be so silly and waste my money. Oh, the food tasted terrible. And I think I'm a pretty good cook in general. And that food tasted terrible. And thank goodness I had some hamburger meat thawed, and I wound up just frying up some burgers real fast and served my family. But I don't want you to get into a bind. So I want to tell you to be wise in what you're watching and wise in what you choose. And for those that are anxious about things, tried and true recipe books, I'm telling you, these will not let you down. They won't do it. So get out there and try, though. If you see a recipe that you really like, try it. I don't care if it's on this here TikTok app or Instagram or just wherever. Try it, cook, save yourself some money. And y'all, it is so much healthier. Even if you're frying your food, it is healthier than food out in these restaurants, not to mention cheaper. Honey, I'm a pastor's wife, and you want to talk about having to stretch them pennies into dollars. I've had to do it and make a little bit of something out of nothing. I've been there. And so get you a recipe. But y'all, I love y'all. And this just went on. It probably won't even, Lord, I'll have to cut out half of it or make 3 videos. But anyway, I love and appreciate y'all. And may the Lord bless you.